let's give Purdue a minute here because, yeah, the history is that let's not look past this one. 19.5 points sounds eerily similar to whatever it was in 2018, probably 18, 17, something in that range, close to 20 points. And this is not a horrible football team. We've talked about horrible teams in the Big Ten. This is not a good team, but they ripped off 24 consecutive points 2 weeks ago against Illinois. They came close to beating Iowa last week. They've got a nice little 1-2 punch with Devin Mockabee and Tyrone Tracy in the backfield, and Hudson Card, if healthy, and I know he's been a bit hampered from running the football, is a decent dual threat quarterback, and they've played a reasonable schedule.
Yeah, I mean, they have played some name brand teams, lost to Syracuse, lost to Fresno State. They beat somebody in there, and I know that Virginia Tech, and then who is their one? They beat Illinois pretty handily, and that was a surprise to me. I thought Illinois was going to be a little bit better team this year, but Illinois has completely gone in the crapper, losing at home to Nebraska. I mean, that's like a fireable offense. So, just think about what I just said: is losing at home to Nebraska. Not your grandfather's Nebraska, but 2023 Nebraska. So Purdue, they're just kind of there, And Ryan Walters, first year as a head coach, got to get some players in there. They won the division last year on a tiebreaker, basically, but I think it was a 3-way tie. I think they won the tiebreaker, or a 2-way tie. I don't know, but Ohio State's not really in a position to overlook anybody as bad as they played, last week against Maryland. I know it was a 20-point win, but didn't look or feel like a 20-point win. They got to get their stuff together, and this is as good a place and time to do it.
I was just looking at the last 3 times Ohio State lost at Purdue. So 2018, they were 12.5-point favorite. 2011, 7.5-point favorite, and 2009 they were 13.5-point favorite. Lost all of those games. The last time Purdue beat Ohio State in West Lafayette as a favorite themselves, they were +6 in 2004 against one of the worst Ohio State teams this century.
Yeah, that was a bad
week
one.
Before Michigan, right?
Yeah, 2009 was with Terrell Pryor. Ohio State, I think, was number 2 or 3 in the country, undefeated. And Purdue at the time was 1-5. Danny Hope was their coach, I believe.
Get used to it.
And it was the first time they had lost to a team that was 4 games under 500 overall at any point in the season, maybe back to the first Coop year, when they were 4-6-1. That may have been. So over 20 years, it was the first time they'd lost to a team. They don't lose to teams with losing records very often, but to lose to one that was 1-5, that was to be an undefeated team. Losing to a team that was 1-5, almost unheard of.
Yeah, those losses stand out, obviously, in West Lafayette for Buckeyes fans. Those are some of the most memorable games for me because they usually stung extremely bad. The 2011 game, not so much, because obviously Ohio State was headed toward a 6-6 season, but still Braxton Miller and the guys lost in overtime in that one. I think Urban Meyer did have one team that went to West Lafayette and won like 800-0, like some, ridiculous
49-0,
56-0 or
56-49, something like that.